Hi, folks, and welcome to the 10X Business Coach Program Series Down Under podcast, hosted by myself, Gary Ryan, and Alison Wheeler. And tonight, our special guest is Stella Shen, who is the founding director of Success Business and Accounting. And that is an amazing organization that is founded on helping the companies she serves. Stella, welcome and tell us about Success Business and Accounting.
Hi, Gary and Alison. Thanks for having me today. My vision of the business is to help small business owners to achieve success by helping them to gain control and confidence over financials and giving them the foundation to approach their growth.
That's awesome. So really empowering, what I understand from what you're sharing is you want to empower people to feel empowered and in control of the numbers in their business. And like from a 10X perspective, we are always talking numbers. And tell me, Stella, from your experience, how often the business owners, because this always shocks me, how from my experience as a coach, right? And as a bookkeeper and doing accounting, I'm sure that you see this regularly as well. How often does a business owner not actually know their numbers?
Very often, especially the small business owners, that was shocking as well. And that is the reason why I started this practice. I was working for business in a business as a business accountant and finance manager for 15 years. And when I'm talking to the small business owners, almost none of them are know about the numbers. And the only time they do the bookkeeping is end of the financial year to get or quarterly to get the best done or get the income tax done. And when I'm talking to them about, do you need to know about your business performance and do you need to know the numbers? And most of them says, yeah, that would be nice to know, but it's expensive to have a bookkeeper or accountant working for them. And they said that we don't need to know about it. We just focus on making more money and cutting down the cost. And that is what we want to do. I just want to keep the ball rolling and struggling with the business.
And unfortunately, that struggle is what ends up happening. And I know that you talk about helping them gain accountability, systems, clarity, and ultimately that helps them get success, which means they actually get more money because they know what their numbers are. And that's a very, very powerful thing to be doing. And what folk might not know about you is that you've been a CPA for over a decade already. You've got that experience that you've brought into your business.
Yes, that's right. So I believe money is everything is about money. Everything will show through the money, especially for business. So whatever you buy, just maybe a pen, you will need to spend money on it. And when people are thinking about bookkeeping and accounting as a pure expense for business, that's actually not quite right. A lot of business owners would feel struggling because they don't know where they are and they don't know where they can be. Even they know they have a goal, but they don't know how to achieve it. And they don't know if they got enough resources to achieve it. And they can't plan the resources efficiently if they don't know where they are and where they will be. And bookkeeping and accounting can help them with that.
Yeah, well, it's something in the 10X where we talk about a lot. You can't control something you can't confront, right? So if people want more money, they actually have to be able to control and confront money and confront their numbers. And if you so often business owners don't know how to do it on their own, or they don't have time, right?
That's
It's
right.
secondary consideration because they're so busy running the business. Then, so what's the benefit of outsourcing that tool? Because I'm sure that you see as I see, the business owner, they're so busy doing all of the other hats, something gives, right? And often it is keeping an eye on those important things. And then if they are keeping an eye on those important things, what do you think the role of predictability in a business plays?
I think to know where the financials is very important for business because I think one of the fundamental purpose of running a business is to make profit. if they don't spend any time or resources to manage it, they won't be able to master it. So, and another thing is I found a lot of business owners call them a business owners or call the operation as a business is not really a business. Most of them is really just a freelancer or just finding a job for themselves and call themselves a business owner. So I think the two fundamental things very important for small business, especially the ones turnover under 200,000 per year, is firstly to get their financials under control and they know where they are and they're confident about managing the finance. And another one is they have to know how to run a business. That's the reason why I think a business coach like Gary and Allison, you are very important for business owners because you actually helping them. I got the benefit from Allison. She's really amazing. It's really to help me to be grounded and focus on the basic things, which is really the essential things. So a lot of times we're looking at a higher goal or the fancy idea about a business that actually is just an idea. We have to get be a business first, and then we can make it run as an organization and to achieve the bigger goal.
Yeah, just as you were explaining then, so you've got a lot of people they're small businesses that are technical experts in what it is that they've decided to become a business in. But one of the things that they're not expert in is how to actually be a business owner. Okay.
Yes.
One of the things to become a business owner is understanding their numbers through their accounting. And a simple impact that has. So, for example, you said that a lot of them are, trying to run their business. It's not really a business, but they're calling it a business. They get to call themselves a business owner, and they're focused on reducing expenses. Now, the challenge with that is that when you don't understand your numbers, you don't understand which numbers are actually an investment in growing your income, that there's a connection between this expense and enabling me to grow and earn more money. So knowing your numbers is one of those expenses that is actually an investment to take you from being an amateur business owner to a professional business owner. And equally, as you have done yourself, you've invested in the business coaching side of things to equally help even yourself close your marketing and sales side of business so that you can go from being an amateur in them to a professional. And I guess in some respects, we're doing something similar for the folk that they were helping.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think business coach and the finance are the basic layer of a business. They have to get this foundation solid and right before they can actually grow, before they can start engaging marketing or other professionals to help them run their business.
What are the three top mistakes you think that you see businesses make with their financials, other than not monitoring them?
That's the biggest one. A lot of them are just doing that once a year, or they don't even look at it after they've done it. That's too late. And secondly, they couldn't understand the financials. That's the main thing. So that too much numbers to fit into the compliance purpose, like for the ATO requirements, but that does not really help the business owner to understand their operation. So as a business accountant or management accountant, we need to group those things into the category that business owner can understand it in like a glance, like I just need 1 minute, have a look at the financials and know where I need to be focused. So my idea is to do the bookkeeping and providing the financials for the small business at least fortnightly or weekly. So they can just have those financial reports readily there, and then just click into the reports and know what's the operation like in that particular period. And don't spend too much time on it, just 5 minutes, and then they can get the basic idea, a very good idea about how the business is running. It's like same as like my experience with my business coach. is those things are really very basic, like very foundation. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. But those things people usually don't look at it. Once you start putting your attention on those very basic and easy ones, you will see like 80% increase productivity or profitability of your business.
Yeah, because with 10x, we talk about cash flow as king, for example, and I've found it with a number of small business owners that I've worked with over time. It's been surprising how many of them don't understand the difference between a profit and loss statement and their balance sheet. And as a result of that, they don't understand where their cash flow is at. And so they potentially could have a profitable business, but because they don't have their cash flow right, they're in big trouble because they can't pay their debts. And anyone with that level, with a reasonably basic level of understanding, could see that problem if they actually saw the numbers of their business. But because they're not monitoring them and they've never got to understand those concepts, they end up with this problem. Is that something that you see, Stella?
Yes, definitely. One of my clients, she is running a very successful business, and the profit and loss looks amazing, but her cash flow always has issues, and she has even to put the money into the business from her own pocket. So, we've been talking about this and said, well, we need to focus on bring cash into your business, not only sales. And she's aware of that, and she's trying her best to bring the cash in. But to be honest, up to today, she still have these issues. As I told her that you may need help from some other professionals, like she may need a business coach to help her to find the fundamental issue why it's there, and then she can resolve it. So that's the reason why I think business coach and account and finance are the two basic elements for a business to be successful. Because firstly, you have to get your financials under control, and secondly, you have to know how to run a business.
Yeah,
I think it's too that finance. I think there's a couple of things. I think getting your finances under control, controlling your finances, and controlling your time. Right?
Yes, that's right.
Often I've seen, and I'm sure Gary and Stella, you've seen this too, when someone's financials are out of control, often their time, they don't have very good control over their time as well. Somehow those two things seem to go very much hand in hand. When one is when one's out of control, usually the other is. It's a pretty damn good indicator, one way or the other. So it's just uncanny that how often those two things will go together. Have you both of you noticed that?
Yes, definitely. Previously my time is very I spend too much time on doing things. And then again, thanks for Alison.
Yeah.
I got my time much more under control, and I did know that I spent too much time working on something which is not important, which is important, but I shouldn't spend that much time on certain things. But I just couldn't help myself. I said, "Oh, I have to do this and do that to make it looks perfect." And then after I start plan the time properly for each task, I realized actually I can do it within the time frame. And after I start doing that, and I get much more things done as well. So another thing I realized is same as finance, especially for those in-house accountants and bookkeepers, especially accountants, because bookkeepers should working under the accountant giving the guideline about how to do the bookkeeping, how to help how to make the numbers, start talking to the business owner. It's not the bookkeeper. They do need to have certain skill, but they need to working under a system that created by the accountant for the business. So, but with in-house accountant or the in-house finance team, they got the luxury have too much time in hand. So the financials they provided are usually very complicated. It does contain a lot of information, but sometimes it may not that helpful or valuable for a business. So if we outsourcing the finance function to a third party, and you can get the better result by using less time, because as a business owner, they will start thinking which reports are actually important for me, and then they're talking to the outsourced accountant or the firm. They would provide they need to think about the process and what resources they can utilize to control the time and then control the cost, giving them the same amount of information but less cost.
And much more targeted information is what I'm hearing you say. And
That's right.
yeah, that's what's really important is I think one of the challenges with a lot of business owners, small business owners, is quite possibly they weren't very good at math at school. Way back at secondary school, primary school and secondary school here in Australia or wherever they got their education. So they've got this mindset block about numbers, but they want to be a business owner and they want to make money. And unfortunately, a mindset block about numbers and being a successful business owner, those two things don't really go together very well. Okay.
No, that's right.
And so one of the things that people don't realize is that someone like you is able to actually help them understand their numbers in a way that's respectful, and you help them move from not understanding to understanding, even no matter what their maths background is. Some of these things, some of the basic principles and how the reports are structured, anyone can get to understand so long as they choose to learn and be okay with learning. And the beauty of what you do with your service is you are able to provide those numbers to a business owner and the reports to a business owner and equally educate them at the same time if they need that education. And that can make a massive difference for them because then they are able to get on top. Have you got an example of where you've done that with one of your clients?
Yes, I'd say so. My previous working experience, when I started working with a business, that they didn't have a proper financial system in place. So what they did, they using Excel spreadsheet doing a bookkeeping, and that was amazing. First time I saw it, I was, oh my God, this is a good learning experience. So what they do is a proper spreadsheet to record single transaction. They actually reflect this double entry requirement. But after I started this once, I told them this is not going to work because it does not provide you any reports that you needed. So I had to build the financial system for them from accounting policy and procedures. For instance, when we pay suppliers and then we reduce the amount of time to pay to process bills.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, after we implement those data into the financial system, the accounting software, they can start generating more reports so they can understand what's going on with the business. And also, initially with this Excel spreadsheet, they couldn't even get a loan from the bank. The bank didn't accept it.
No.
After we've done those after I've redone 3 years transaction, they successfully get a loan from the bank, and also the managers understand the financial position much better.
How good's that? That's a great outcome. And
Yes.
so you're a small business owner yourself. So tell us about your journey into 10x. How did that happen?
I have to mention about Alison again. Well, yeah, I said this to Alison before. I said I really should focus on promoting my own business than hers, but she's really good. As a small business owner, especially an accountant, we're not really, what's the word, extroverted. We're not really outgoing. We didn't know how to sell, and some hours really struggle, and I didn't even know how to do a proper proposal. So after running into Alison through a business networking event, and she helped me a lot, from like breaking my blockage about my own value, and also that would reflect how I quote to my clients. And then Allison's doing this 10x business coaching. Then I joined it.
Oh, that's just brilliant. And what would be some of those, if someone's never heard of 10x, what would be some of the core principles so far that you've understood and you've come to learn about 10x that you're applying in your business as well, Stella?
I think the very important thing is 100% commitment. That's very important. And secondly is don't even look at the videos I post with my social media. That helped me um, to post my first video, and that is very helpful. And that is actually helped me to go through a bottleneck as well. Another thing I think 10x is very, very helpful is about this positivity, creating this positive environment along the group. Because during the journey of business, I had came across a lot of down periods, and when I'm talking to whoever, like friends or family, they couldn't providing that much level of positivity that 10x the group provided. That is very important to keep me going and also keep me focused on achieving the goals.
Oh, that's just brilliant. I mean, one of the purposes of our group mentoring program is to enable small business owners to, from an investment point of view, it's a relatively low investment for what they're getting, 48 sessions over 12 months. But we are creating that positive, supportive environment for everyone in there, because every business does experience this. Every business, no matter how successful you are, you still have these times. And to know you've got this safe place to go where it's just going to be, we're here to support you. We're here to re-educate you. We're here to remind you. We're here to tell you that massive action is going to help get you there. We're here to remind you about being positive, being committed, staying committed when it's like this is a challenge, but it's so important to be able to do. So it's wonderful that you've been experiencing those benefits of being involved, not only with the coaching with Allison, which is obviously the next level to go to that, which is a wonderful investment you've made in yourself. And, we talk about the more you earn, the more you learn, the more you earn.
And absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So Allison,
Sorry.
you go, Stella.
Yeah. I should say that the 10x coach, one thing is I really like Gary, you as well, because every time you present into the group, you're very full of energy and like this very positive energy, and you give positive feedback, and you responded to any queries, and same as Alison, the queries really fast and with this positive what's the word, positive attitude and full of energy towards to in this group. That's really important for me to keep this positivity in my life to run the business as well. So always good to see you.
You're welcome. And look, that's intentional from Alison and I. And for example, you mentioned about the posting on social media of your videos, right?
Yeah.
Share about the interaction you got with those videos once you posted them.
That took me a lot of courage and the pushing from Alison. And then finally I got it done. It's pretty hard for me.
Yeah, but once you posted them, it's not like we always talk about be prepared that no one sees it, but actually people did see them. And I know myself from seeing them that you were getting a lot of interaction from your network.
That's right. Yes.
Which, you, as you said, you were really scared, you're really afraid, you thought you couldn't do it, but you went and did it anyway. You followed the 10x principles, and then you actually got an outcome. Like it's actually trackable because there's numbers you can show of, hey, people actually not only saw my videos, but they interacted with them. And that gives you the encouragement to post the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, because money follows what?
Attention.
Yes. Money follows attention. Alison, I'll bring it. Oh, actually, before we get there, Stella, what are the best ways for folk to reach out and connect with you if they want to engage you for your accounting services for their business?
either phone or email or LinkedIn, anything.
And so we can see your website address, but you might want to say it out loud if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. The website is sbas.com.au.
Terrific. And when they look for you on LinkedIn, they just need to look for Stella Shen and they will find you straight away.
I think the good combination between a business coach and the 10X group coaching program is that the business coach program actually make me feel really uncomfortable for a long, long time. I feel really uncomfortable, and I was like, oh my God, this is bad. I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it because my business coach was really pushing, and I did receive a good result. I think that is valuable to do it. And another side with the group 10X business group coaching program is actually soothing this feeling. It's very positive. It's like encouraging. It's like good combination to have both of them. So yes, I
100%.
recommend to have both of them together.
100%. Beautiful, Stella. So one last question to you. So in terms of 10X, what I would love to know is what does 10X mean to you?
10X mean to me is being accountable, being 100% commit and believe in myself and my product.
Beautiful. That is fantastic. And, we appreciate you having being part of our 10X world. And of course, I love having you as a client as well and in our group mentoring program. And, I truly believe in what you're doing and because it's in alignment with the purpose that Gary and I have in terms of really, truly helping businesses and business owners actually be successful and profit and actually get out of their business what they started their business for. So Gary, I'll hand it over to you to wrap up.
Thanks, Alison. And folks, one of the things I absolutely believe in is that a smile, a genuine, authentic smile, is the sign of energy from that person coming out of them. And as you will have witnessed throughout this interview with Stella Shen tonight, she's constantly smiling, an accountant with a smile, and that's energy in the service of you, her customers. You will absolutely get it because we get to experience that authenticity of Stella every time we see her every week and when Alison's doing the coaching with her. So Stella, we both want to say thank you for coming along this evening.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, folks. So if you'd like to learn more about the group mentoring program with Alison Wheeler and myself, Gary Ryan, then please check out the show notes. It is the lowest investment that you will need to make to get the biggest advantage. And then, as Stella has said, the combination between coaching and the group mentoring program is the perfect combination. You can step your way to that by first joining the group mentoring program. Once again, I'm Gary Ryan on behalf of Alison Wheeler and the 10X Business Coach Program Down Under Series podcast. We look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.